Howdy everyone, hope we're all doing good. I have just spent the last 3 days, 4 days playing the Call of Duty Modern Warfare Beta. I've got mixed reviews, a few things I wanted to get off my chest. This time last year I did a similar type of video about Black Ops 7. And if you watched it, you know I wasn't impressed at all. I didn't like it. Black Ops has never been my game. I've always been a Modern Warfare fan. That's like the number one series for me. I've got very fond memories of that since being a child. I used to play that when I was younger. That's what got me into Call of Duty, to be honest. So I wanted to jump on here, do a little video, talk about what I liked, what I didn't like, and sort of go from there. So, first thing up is the menus, very different. We haven't got Netflix style menus anymore. It's gone back to the old sort of vertical menus, which at first it took a little bit of getting used to, but I really enjoyed it. It's just clean, it's easy. You can't really fuck it up, to be honest. It's self-explanatory. It's very gritty, like the colour of the game, the colour filter they've got on, very nitty gritty this year. Might not as vibrant as the Black Ops series. People coming over from it might find it a little bit dull, a little bit gritty. They might need to do a few monitor tweaks or whatnot, and in the color settings menu. But yeah, it was quite nice. It feels like a more boots on the ground type of shooter. I did enjoy it. The game modes I did play, my favourite thing was Kill Block. I absolutely love Kill Block. I think that's such a refreshing game mode. I loved it. I'm normally a Warzone player. Like I play a lot of my time spent on Warzone on ranked, and I love it, the competitiveness of it. But for me, Kill Block had that competitive edge. Like you could, it started with 8v8, which was brilliant, but you were struggling to get a kill, especially if there's some sweaty people on your team. And then they did yesterday's 3v3, and it feels like a completely different game. Like such a good experience. I was getting 2 or 3 kills a game, as you can see by the footage playing at the minute. It was just very good. Still, a lot of people just running off doing their own thing. I think that has a real future, Kill Block. I hope so, anyway. If people start to play it as a team rather than just individually running off trying to get kills, trying to be the hero, that hero mentality. If they play it as a team, and I'm sure people will, it'd be a brilliant game, very strategic. Obviously, do you want to try and go for the flag at the end, or do you want to try and wipe the enemy squad out before then? So I thoroughly enjoyed Kill Block. Multiplayer, mixed reviews. I think the majority of the maps I didn't like. I don't know why, they just felt too crowded, too small. And with the TTK as well, just to add, it's super fast this year. I don't know, obviously, being a beta, if they're going to tone it down. They already did a release, a patch notice. They toned it down, and I still find it incredibly quick. It's like 2 or 3 bullets and you're gone, which is fucking crazy. So on these smaller maps, it just plays like you. It feels like hardcore, basically. I think I've seen a few other creators saying it, but it does. It feels like hardcore. Like you're lucky to spawn in, turn around, boom, you're dead, game over. So I think that needs serious addressing. I didn't like it. It wasn't fun. It almost felt like you were just cannon fodder for a lot of these pros and sweaty players that are on it all day. The unemployment lobbies, as we say, people that have no fucking jobs. Good for them. They're amazing at the game, but for people like myself, a gamer dad of 35, and I don't consider myself bad either. It's just ridiculous, the TTK. So I think that needs toning down. The maps. There was a map I played tonight. I can't remember what it's called now. I did make notes. I've lost them. It was brilliant. It was in like an old shipyard and a bit of a town. I can't remember what it was called for life, but anyway, that was brilliant. That played really well with different height variations. I thoroughly enjoyed that. I thought that was a brilliant, just brilliant map. But most of them were quite forgettable, to be honest. Didn't like. I couldn't really interact with anyone because I'm chat banned. It carries over from Warzone into there. Who knew? But that's up in 3 or 4 days. So by the weekend, by the time the Warzone, the new Zodiac map comes out, I'll be able to be abusive, which I'm well known for. But I think it's going to be an interesting year. The biggest change is the Omni movement. I loved Omni movement. I didn't like the wall jumping part. That was the only part I didn't like. But the running side to side, back and forth, I thought was perfect. It took the game to new heights. People that couldn't master it were left below, down here, and people that could, they were like movement demons, and I consider myself one. I think that's ruined it. They said they want it to be more grounded, and I don't know what they mean by that. In a real life gunfight, surely people are running to the left and right while shooting their gun. They're not just slowly walking left and right. Surely in real life you can run and aim. So I don't understand the purpose of taking it out. It doesn't make any sense. I hope they have a change of heart, but they're not going to, let's be honest. They just won't. That was a Black Ops thing. But that's the biggest change, I think. And I'm not a fan. I think it's ruined it a bit. Warzone's going to be very interesting. Like I said, I'm a Warzone player, to see how that plays, especially with this new map, Zodiac. I'm hoping Warzone isn't affected too much. It still feels quite similar. We'll see. Another thing, in the beta, it might just be because it's a beta, people don't know the maps, is the camping. Fucking hell, mate. The amount of people that camp and pre-aim and just hold a corner and just camp is fucking ridiculous. I'm sorry, it really is. I don't know how that can be enjoyable. Like, surely you don't pay £80, £70, whatever it is, to buy a game each year and you play every night or whenever, and you just sit in one spot and camp. How is that fun? How are you ever going to get better? But I've come across hundreds of people, thousands in the last 3 days doing it. I don't get it. It's weird. Maybe it's because the movement's gone. Maybe it's the TTK. Maybe they're struggling and they're just forced to camp. I don't really know. But that's just ridiculous. I think out of 10, this beta, whatever you want to call it, I'll give it a 6. I've not been blown away at all. I think more of the changes they've made have been negative and affected the game harshly, and I don't like it. This quick TTK, ridiculous. The Omni movement gone, stupid. It puts the game back 2 years. What was the point in bringing it in? I remember at the time when they brought in Omni movement, it was the next great big thing, and no other game had it, and it was an advance in technology. And now we've just forgotten about the last 2 years. We've got to go back to normal. It makes no sense to me. And I've seen a lot of creators and not just general people playing it online saying that. So, but that seems to be real mixed reviews. Some people like it, some don't. You're always going to have that, but I think that's a bad take from them. Call of Duty. Not that they're listening, let's be honest. They don't care about little old me. But you never know. But there's been moments where I've had fun. I did play the campaign mission. Oh, fucking hell. Not good, bro. I give that 3 out of 10. It was boring, bland, very linear. Nothing stood out. The characters didn't stand out. Maybe it's just because it's one mission out of 8 or 10 or 9 or however many they've dropped me into, and I don't know the backstory. But I would have thought in a beta for the one you're going to pick, you want it to make people go, "Oh, here's my money." If I was all about the campaign, that wouldn't have done it for me. But there you go. And I think they've got to look at the competition. You've got GTA 6 out a month after Modern Warfare 4. Obviously, I know there's a lot going on with this leaks online. Fuck knows what I'm saying. You've got that coming out. You've got, is it Gears of War? I think Gears of War, which is a huge franchise, soon. They never seem to struggle, COD. No matter what people say, for 25 years I've heard this. Oh, it's going to be the next big thing. Oh, this year's going to fail. Last year, Battlefield was going to beat it, and look what happened. COD's still here. They don't care. Battlefield fell off a cliff after a couple of months. even with RedSec and COD are still here. They can't seem to do wrong. It almost is like it's too big to fail. You get everyone saying each year, don't pre-order it, boys. Everyone pre-orders it. And then people don't pre-order it, they buy it anyway. And then after people moan about it, half don't. COD is just... I think it is just a good video game franchise with the movement. Even though it's gone back to the basic movement now, it's still a solid franchise for a first-person shooter. And that's what people forget. Battlefield, completely different for a first-person shooter. Very slow, very much for a gamer dad like myself. But I'm sweaty as hell on like Warzone and COD, so I prefer the COD mechanics. But it's going to be an interesting year. I think a lot of people struggle at first. A lot of people struggle and they'll fuck off. And I think they'll come back. And I think they'll be hooked. I don't know what game's out next year. I heard at one point it was going to be a Ghost reboot, and I loved Ghost. Hot take. But we'll see. So yeah, I don't know what you guys thought. If you had a chance to play it, or you're waiting to this weekend to play it, but let me know in the comments how you got on. If what you're looking forward to, what you're not looking forward to. Maybe you think I'm full of crap and you didn't agree with anything. Maybe you agree with some parts of the video. Let me know. I'm always open to discuss things. I'd like to hear your opinion. Grow the community. I'm trying to grow it, take it to the next level, get more subscribers, more followers, and I appreciate anyone that does stop by the channel and watch the content, especially my silly ass. But I think that's all I've got to say. I appreciate you for stopping by. And thank you for your time. It does mean a lot for watching the channel. And I'll see you all on the other side. Peace. Signing out, Jake in the Void. Bye-bye.